All right, guys, let's get this party started. It looks like Keffals is having another rough time, which is what happens when you desperately look for attention on Twitter. And oh wait, Keffals, she brought her videos back. She brought them all back. She went private, and now she's unprivate. Incredible stuff. Anyway, she went a little crazy posting during the whole Vouch Ethan thing. You know, it's one thing, make your own opinion. That's fine. Have an opinion, put it on your page, but going on Twitter and being obnoxious about it, it's not the battle strategy, in my opinion. There's more productive usages of your time, and there's better ways to increase your brand awareness than, you know, crying on Twitter. I recommend considering TikTok, guys. That being said, because of that, Mudahar talked about looking into the old Catboy Ranch, and then Willie Mack seems like he beat him to the punch. I saw an email that I got that told me that Willie Mack was going into Keffals' page. He's like, Willie Mack is subscribed to Keffals' Patreon. I was like, what's going on here? And then I saw somebody sent me up from Twitter that that it was confirmed. I'm like, that's so interesting. So I guess he got a little bit of digging. My understanding is he got what he needed before he got banned or whatever, excommunicated from her server. So now let's see what we got here. All right. Let's get this party started, baby.
For the Canadian Communist, Keffals is a failed politician for the Canadian Communist Party. She was swatted by one online group and then lied
CCP? Oh, what the hell?
About it being another bigger, more popular site.
Kiwi Farms is an online community of stalkers that torment and harass their victims so intensely.
We did it. We actually did it.
Is this the person? I don't want to say girl. I don't know. You know, and I'm very respectful of all individuals, by the way. I'm an incredible guy. Everybody tell me how good of a guy I am. Is this the person that she met in that rehab facility?
So many people have tried for so long to do that.
Just now they have been able to get the website up, but now it's on the dark web. Less than 1% of users will come. Okay.
Yes. And we actually got Kiwi Farms down.
Ooh, all right.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Now we got to get rid of avocado farms because I feel like a lot of these youngsters are spending all their money on avocado toast. We gotta do something about that. Thank you so much for the $2 from CryptoKitty, longtime watcher, first time gooner. Incredible stuff.
The website would never be shut down. She would cry. Lie.
We need as many people as possible to know who they are if we plan to fight back against them. That's why I need
this music is hype.
Every single person who has watched this video to share the video.
Wait, we'll keep playing it. Don't worry. I'm gonna listen on the phone.
And to spread the word.
Later admitting to baiting them into doxing her so she could get even more publicity.
And my little ragtag team were able to force their hand by intentionally making myself a lightning rod. So
This is the Willie Mack hat. You can get it in his shop. We forgot we always wear this during these segments.
Could make Kiwi Farms more vicious and attack me to the point where Cloudflare had no choice. Because every time they attacked me, I publicized it.
And Kiwi Farms.
Damn. She's so cool, dude!
Farms wouldn't even be the culprit. I covered this story nearly 2 years ago, but now I have the court documents, and it's clear to me that what she has written in there does not at all line up with reality.
Oh shit, thank you so much for the 2-month small gut from a Generi Cruiser 1029. Hope I'm saying that right. Very common Willie Mac W. Hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm saying.
This video will paint a fuller picture. This is how an activist scammed her movement.
There's a lot of people in my audience that look up to me. I don't want
That's crazy. I don't even know if I believe that.
to let them down.
It's like I need a palate cleanser, food for this hole in my soul, and what better than a meal choice from over 70 different chefs who think great food is for everyone. Cook Uni is the fast chef-to-meal delivery service, where you can choose a variety of different meals from award-winning chefs that are delivered fresh, never frozen to your door.
What kind of an award, though? You know, by the way, go check out his link for that. But what kind of an award do you think they won? You know, was it like a Michelin star? That's a thing. I don't know what it means, but... Or, you know, did they win, like, the best food in the homeless shelter? I don't know. Anyway, check it out, guys.
When it comes to cooking for myself, I've always been a bit uninspired.
Same here, man. I'm a fucking man. My wife does it for me. She's a beautiful woman. I love her so much. That doesn't look too bad. There you go, guys. Cookunity.com/WillieMac50 for a 50% off your first order. Incredible stuff.
WillieMac50 to get 50% off your first order of Cook Unity meals. Thank you, Cook.
I heard that if you put WillieMac90 in there, it'll give you 90% off. I don't know where I heard it from, though. So... don't try it.
Unity for sponsoring this video.
Oh, your name is Generic User? Bro, I'm so stupid. Holy fuck. Did I say Genie Cruiser? Jesus Christ. Damn, I said Genie Cruiser.
To understand this story, we need to go back to the past. Keffals was swatted August 5th, 2022. This is partly because she's trans and people after her are insanely bigoted, and partly because she's insufferable.
Yeah, those two things make sense.
We'll understand later.
Thankfully, I'm just insufferable, so I don't have to worry about the transphobia.
These people send an email and...
That's one of the problems. You know, I'm a straight white cisgendered male. I know, cringe to say it out loud. But I have no excuse when people hate me other than that I'm maybe because I'm ugly. I don't know. So when somebody criticizes me, I have no choice but to go, how did I have an impact here? You know, when you're gay or trans or something, all of a sudden, you know, you kind of you have a bit of an excuse. Because there are people who are hating you because you're a gay or a trans person. And then sometimes you're like, oh, well, maybe all of it's because of that. And you know what I mean? So you got to be careful. You got to be careful when it comes down to that. You know what I mean? Got to be careful, be introspective. Even when people are shouting the loudest, sometimes there are a couple whispers that make sense. So focus on the whispers, guys. That's what I do every single day. I can't stop focusing on them. They won't let me sleep.
Impersonating Keffals using her dead name, saying she killed her transphobic mom and plans to kill every cisgendered person at City Hall.
Damn, based.
Keffals uploaded a video titled "My Life is in Danger, I Need Your Help," saying that
She had her boobs out there too.
To kill every cisgendered person at City Hall. Keffals uploaded a video titled "My Life is in Danger."
You know, that's the thing. Is like, you know, that's intentional. She could have held that over a little more. By the way, I don't disrespect the grind or the cleavage. Okay, I'm a man. I'm just saying.
Danger, I need your help, saying that the police violated her human rights.
The fact that a fake email led to London police services booking me under my dead name reveals the prejudice that many police have towards transgender people.
I feel like most police just got C's in high school and they're trying their best, you know what I mean? Sister, I don't think it's anything personal.
She would also claim that the police caused her and her fiancé financial harm and that she was opening a GoFundMe to recoup her losses. Move and any extra money past the goal would be used to sue the police.
They seized both my personal and work phone, as well as the work computer that I broadcast on Twitch from. Because of the negligence of the police, we were both left.
So much emotion in her voice. I got lucky when the police arrested me many years ago. They actually used 2 handcuffs, so I was comfortable. They were actually pretty nice guys. Shout out to those guys.
Functionally unemployed. And I have spent thousands of dollars replacing our computers and cell phones.
Me when I go to Disney and they lose my bag.
So our lives aren't completely destroyed by what happened
Please
to us.
donate.
The GoFundMe was initially set to $20,000 and she exceeded it immediately, but would suspiciously raise
Like 100 and something K, right?
the goal every time it was about to hit it. Now, to understand her dishonesty when it comes to the lawsuit, we need to understand her doxing, because this is psychotic. Kiwi Farms is famed for the documentation of lol cows. I think the term came from them. Slurs and misgendering run rampant on the website. There's no moderation. I grew up on Xbox Live. I don't really care, but it's definitely not for the faint of heart.
And bro, I grew up on Dota 2. You guys would be surprised how fucking well, Dota 1 actually. I played Dota 1 for like 3 years before Dota 2 came out. I actually played Heroes of New Earth before Dota 2, which is a pretty crazy game. They fumbled the bag on that one. Heroes of New Earth should just flat out got that game. But anyway, everything aside, people would say some wild shit. When I mean people, I mean me, dude. Holy fuck, it was bad.
It's a degenerate place for degenerate people that love documenting other degenerates, so it's not surprising Keffals would have a thread. Keffals would be targeted and harassed several times, the first one being the email threat to City Hall. This got media coverage and pushed her GoFundMe off the ground. Keffals would try and get away, spending a night at a hotel, posting a picture of her cat letting everyone know she was okay.
Oh, is that cat bleeding?
The Doxxers then cross-referenced the bed sheets with other hotels in her city to find the one she was staying at. They sent her pizzas.
In the morning afterward.
What should you draw next? I'll draw this. Draw that. Why don't you draw that, P? All right. I know you guys weren't expecting the sleeper build on that one. I call this one the Snorlax sleeper build. Why don't you get that in your video? Why don't you get that on your why don't you get this on your picture? You get a little shoulder in there too. Oh, there you go. Not bad, honestly. Not bad. Pretty decent. What are we doing here? What am I even doing anymore? I got to become a fitness influencer. What do you guys think of this? Here, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Okay. Get a little bit of that in there. Ooh. What about that? Okay, let's get me off the screen. Oh, look a weirdo. We're doing it, baby. I'm feeling myself a little too much today. I'm feeling myself. I saw myself in the reflection, and I almost threw up. My bad, guys. Let's continue. Oh, wait, I got to get my earbuds. I got to get my earbuds in, dude. Somebody asked me what to do a picture of. Why are you criticizing me? I'm innocent, dude. Stop fucking hating me because I'm trans.
Different pizza companies sent pizzas to my hotel room under my dead name.
That happened to me too, dude. They sent like 10 pizzas. I was like, oh no, how am I going to finish this all?
Obviously, it isn't the pizzas that are the problem, but it's the threat that they make.
She then had her Uber account hacked multiple times.
Yo, if you just ate the pizza and you were like, thanks, these people would like have no ammunition anymore. They'd be like, oh, they enjoyed the pizza. Okay, you know what I mean? And let's say they show up and they make you pay for the pizza. They're like, I got 10. I said, I didn't order that. I'll tell you what, I'll pay for 5 of them. Give me all 10 because you can't go back with that. He'll be like, all right, I gotta. Boom, you're done.
doxing her again and had hundreds of dollars worth of stuff delivered to her. And every time she would get doxed, she would blame it on Kiwi Farms, encouraging services like Cloudflare to drop the site so it would be shut down. This story blew up even more in the media where she
Thank you so much for the 8-month small gut from Risk God. Looking great, Papa. Keep up the gooning. Thank you, brother.
would be labeled a trans activist.
I'm a high-profile transgender activist.
You could have looked a little better for that TV shoot, Keffals. I'm just being real with you.
There's a big target on my back.
Whoever they had doing makeup for you, just and the angles of the camera and the lighting, they are obviously part of Kiwi Farms.
The community that I built online was the only time he ever felt like a normal teenager.
It's just so instant.
And
are these real tears?
The target on my back is because of that.
She would officially declare war on Kiwi Farms and its owner in a video titled,
I'm so sorry. You know what? That might be genuine. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Things have escalated. Now I'm in hiding. This blew up the GoFundMe even more. And just like before, she would continue to raise the goal. It was
You guys think it's possible that she's milking it for all money? Because I don't. That would be a ridiculous thought.
already over $70,000, and she's like, actually, from this point on, now it's for the lawsuit.
Until then, I'm keeping the GoFundMe up, but any donations towards it from this point forward will be strictly towards the legal fund.
Her attitude towards doxing would completely change. She'd say she needed to flee again, but to Europe. She needed to flee the internet to Europe. It makes no
That makes sense, man.
sense. You can't flee a website. Statistically speaking, the people doxing her likely didn't live anywhere near her. Streamers get swatted all the time. They don't flee. They don't travel to Europe announcing every country she's going to.
That's true. And by the way, I don't think that this is a downplay of doxing because it sucks and it can be very dangerous. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just kind of like SOL. You know, you just gotta figure out what to do with where you are. I'm like, okay, somebody knows my address. That like sucks. How do I deal with it? I'll get a gun. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, it does seem like weird. Like I'm fleeing. I never really considered it. It's like, no, that doesn't make any sense that you would completely uproot unless you're trying to go somewhere else.
She would then buy an IRL streaming setup so she could stream in the streets. But IRL streamers get doxed even more. So you have to flee to Europe so people don't know where you are, but you're streaming your location. You go to TwitchCon, but you're streaming your location. People would become
That makes no sense.
suspicious of her intentions, raising the goal. And
No, who? Bad guys, I think.
you go to TwitchCon, but you're streaming your location. People would be
I will never do a GoFundMe breakdown for bad faith actors who neither support me nor contribute to the fund in the first place. Everyone who donates to the GFM has a refund button they could choose to use at any point, but have not considered trolling me. I half agree with that. Like if you're kind of silly enough to donate to Keffals, like that's okay. Like whose fault is that, man? Thank you so much again, Benjamin, for the 5 gifted subs. You do not have to donate that much every time you come in, or at all every time you come in here, brother. I genuinely appreciate it, my man. I think that's 15 in the past 3 days, my guy. Why did I say girl? I don't know. My brother, thank you so much. But you don't have to keep giving money. Just so you guys know, you don't have to give money. I get plenty out of ad revenue, like on here. That's okay. I love you though. So thank you.
become suspicious of her intentions, raising the goal, and she chalked them up as conspiracy theorists.
People were so gracious, they came together and they helped me out. And while I really respect it, it's brought a lot of people to do the QAnon brain bullshit about me, where they're saying I'm stealing money from my fans.
She announces she's going to Spain, then Ireland, staying with someone who's already been doxxed. This is stupid. She's mad at people for questioning her intentions of fleeing the country and buying a new streaming setup, but already been.
She's Ellen from now on. Who the fuck is that? Planning IRL scenes with Keffals. Okay.
She would get doxxed for a bomb threat called in at a food truck because she's streaming herself there, and her response would be, "Oh, I just didn't think about it."
So why would you tweet like, "Hey, there's this, I don't know, like a truck, right? Like a food truck that Kiwi Farms threatened to bomb." You never tweeted that there's a truck that Kiwi Farms threatened to bomb, and you're gonna IRL stream there?
Oh yeah, no, I did.
See, she put her makeup on here.
I was gonna go to the truck.
Why?
Yeah, so like you're super
already
dangerous, so I'm gonna go to the truck.
Yeah, I already had police connections while I was in Ireland, and they knew ahead of time where I was going.
They probably, if that's true, then they probably fucking hate you, and because you're actively putting yourself in harm's way at this point. No, if you're constantly getting doxxed, but then you're announcing everywhere you're going, like you're just annoying as fuck. Especially since your main like content isn't IRL streaming, so you're just like doing that for what, the shits and gigs, you know?
But you had police connections in Canada, and they knew where you were going, right?
Yeah, like what?
She has so many police connections. Despite the fact that the police are apparently super transphobic.
What's your point, though?
My point is none of this makes sense, Keffals.
Like, are you? Do you think I'm like a robot? Like I am going to make like 100% the most logical decisions when I'm scared.
They're just asking you to stop.
I mean, like if you were scared, you'd be terrified to go outside. No. You know, in general, let alone recording yourself. I don't know if that's true. I wonder who her content's for, because who believes that? That's a little bit silly goosery, in my opinion.
Posting your location. She's such a weasel. And every time she'd get doxxed, the media storm would start all over again. Kiwi Farms chasing.
That might be why. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but maybe that's why she did it. Maybe she wanted to get doxxed. Maybe she realized that like every time she does, she gets a boost in money. I mean, you see content creators that'll plunge themselves into controversy because they get a big boost of viewership. So It's a terrible thing to say because doxing can be dangerous. So it's like, usually, I mean, yeah, for real. It's like, well, why would that seems like that's not an unreasonable suspicion to have, man.
Keffals around the world. Biggest town transgender streamer. Forced to hide out in Belfast.
And I'm pretty sure that
Well, thank God you didn't tell them where she is.
they called in, like they tried to swat us.
We can't tell if it's the same person.
We can't tell if it's the same person, but shortly after this photo was taken, the police knocked on the door to tell us that someone had reported a murder in this flat.
Her fans were concerned as to why she was telling people where she was going.
What if Keffals is really murdering people, but she just gets away with it because of the trans narrative? That'd be great. I'm just fucking kidding.
And she's like, Europe's big, Ireland's dense.
I'm currently in Ireland. I am staying with a friend.
Thank God we don't know where you are. How big is Ireland? The size of like fucking Rhode Island? Like what? What the fuck? I feel like you can go across Ireland. Like how long is Ireland? 300 miles, dude? A 5-hour drive from tip to tip? It's smaller than fucking Florida. What the hell are you doing? You're just gonna you're gonna do like a little bit of a fucking ret scan on there. I don't know what that means. Ret scan. That's a retinal scan for your eyes, but you get my point.
I'm safe. Things are good. Don't tell people what country. It is completely fine. Do you know how dense Ireland is?
I mean, I heard they're not very smart, but that's not very nice for you to say out loud.
Very dense country.
Every IRL streamer to ever exist gets doxed and swatted. She would be asked by Nick DiOrio and Keemstar about this.
Yeah, but I always thought to myself,
that's the funnier part too. Why are you talking to these people? And sentence, like, I don't really understand why, like, what's the productivity of doing it? How does that help you? That's not a criticism on them, by the way. It's just like, what do you gain from it? Like publicity or so? I don't get it. Are you bored?
I'm like, if people are really out to get you and you're in hiding, you're like live streaming like at VidCon. Like I feel like you're like,
oh yeah,
you're not really in hiding.
I wasn't at that point. Like I hired a security consulting firm, and I was basically like, do you think things have chilled at this point? And they're like, yeah, probably.
Oh yes, we said yeah, probably. Okay.
But you aren't fleeing. This is just a vacation. She would contradict herself again in a private Patreon stream.
I have not been able
Oh, he went in there. He went in there and he downloaded all of it and then he dipped.
to focus on actually taking legal action because I was still concerned for my well-being and my safety.
I'm gonna fucking die.
The only reason I ended up going to TwitchCon is because a security firm that I hired, and I can't go into the specifics because I signed a non-disclosure agreement.
You signed an NDA with a security firm? Is that a thing? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Told me that they thought that the heat died down and it would have been safe for me to travel there, which I essentially see as a work trip.
What about...
Why would a security firm that makes money protecting people do that? Why would they make you sign an NDA? Doesn't that reduce their brand awareness? Like, wouldn't they want you to tell people, oh, hey, what's up? Not too bad. Did you get everything? All right, thank you very much. Love you, bye. Sorry, my mother-in-law. But yeah, like, why would a security firm have you sign an? I mean, and I could just be wrong. Why would a security firm have you sign an NDA? That makes no sense to me. Like, if anything, that just like hurts the business. No, they would want Keffals to tell them. But I could be wrong. I'm just saying it doesn't really make sense to me.
Everything else you've been doing, she won't answer. Which is it, Keffals? I feel like she's only saying she's fleeing to justify not working on the lawsuit, which is what most of the money was raised for. In the same stream, she would admit to purposely putting herself in a doxable position so that she would get more media attention.
By intentionally making myself a lightning rod, so I could make Kiwi Farms
Oh my God, she's a hero.
more vicious and attack me to the point where Cloudflare had no choice. Because every time they attacked me, I publicized it. One of the things that I did intentionally.
Is that what people mean when they say cry bullying? Where's the fucking bounce one, dude? I'm so stupid. I'm ugly.
For the success of the campaign was make myself a lightning rod.
There it is.
I egged them on. I egged Kiwi Farms on.
If you made yourself a lightning rod, why would you get rid of your lightning rod, if you know what I'm saying? Also, give it to me. Thank you so much for the $5 from Dr. Dom Von Doom. Incredible. Papa, she's a big victim goonette. Manufacturing victimhood. Also, pee-pee poo-poo. Dude, honestly, now I get it after you said that. Incredible.
I wanted them to attack me. because by doing that, I was able to show the world how fucking vile they are.
She wrote in her Discord.
You think the whole world's watching?
Oh, it's just Kiwi Farms chuds. I don't know. They could keep laughing at me. They effed with me and I got 100K. Directly got them deplatformed from Cloudflare.
She's balling.
Won. And Keffals would redirect the hate towards Kiwi Farms and their provider Cloudflare.
I was up till like 8 a.m.
I find it interesting though, because like, you know, this is the main moneymaker right now for Keffals. It's not her video content, it's her victim complex. So it's like, is this really how you want, is this really what you want to be? I know she keeps talking about doing horror content or whatever, you know, dumb bullshit, which is not going to pan out, but like, is this really what you want to be? Like, I feel like doing drama content, because I do it too. Like, I'm not saying I don't, but it's, you know, you got to kind of be smart about it. For me, I like talking about it. Not a huge fan of being part of it, but if I get part of it, like, I'll obviously defend myself. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, is this what you want to be known for? I don't get it.
Because
like, because if your financial pull is just like when people think you're in danger and getting doxxed, like you'd have to continuously do that in order to generate more money. No, it doesn't sound like a very sustainable business plan. It's like fucking Munchausen syndrome for the internet, right?
We decided at the last minute to do a protest in front of where the Cloudflare Connect conference is being hosted in Sydney, Australia.
So
the Online Safety Act actually forbids cyber abuse content, like
Jesus.
the kind that's hosted at Kiwi Farms. And apparently Kiwi Farms does get routed through Australia.
It does, yeah.
So unless the people who run the servers that get routed through Australia are willing to pay a $500,000 fine, they need to drop Kiwi Farms.
But here's the thing. The people doxing and swatting Keffals wasn't Kiwi Farms. It was actually a much more malicious website.
Oh, Jesus. Which one was it?
I'm not going to name the site because if
That's actually smart.
100,000 people watch this video, statistically speaking, a couple of them are going to be crazy. I don't want them looking up her or her family's personal...
So humble. So modest. 130 so far, Willard Macklemore. Incredible stuff. Very impressive, by the way. God bless. I think Willie Mack might be my favorite content creator right now. Honestly, like I enjoy his videos. They're solid. They're fun. You know, he's pretty cool. He's not bad.
Information. So I will call it Website Zero. Website Zero is what Keffals portrays Kiwi Farms as. Kiwi Farms is a glorified gossip forum where people troll and use slurs. People do dox
Sounds like Christmas with the fam, you know?
on it, but it's not what the site is for. Saying otherwise is like getting doxxed on Twitter and then saying all of Twitter is a doxing site. Website Zero is a malicious group of hackers and doxers meant to harass their target, not just online, but in real life as well. They had the email that got her swatted. They have proof of her hacked Uber Eats orders, showing that's how they kept doxing her. They explained how they confirmed her new address in Ireland with the...
They were doxing her through Uber Eats? That's fucked up. What the hell?
Dox of her roommate by the shape of the doorknobs in the background. When her family was spotted, what website was actively talking about it at the time? Website Zero. It's like the most complicated way to harass somebody. They would even fool me when they would file a complaint to the Copyright Claims Board on behalf of Keffals using White Forest as the copyright enforcer, trying to make it look like she wanted to revoke Kiwi Farms safe harbor privileges. You could read just how ridiculous that sounds. I reached out to White Forest and the person who filed the claim, and they said they never did. You need to put a lot of personal information to file a complaint like this, meaning it was most likely Website Zero, and she knows it's been them the entire time, actively trying to silence people who talk about it.
How do we know she knows? Is she afraid of Website Zero?
Saying in her DMs with Destiny, I was scared. Website Zero users aren't stupid like Kiwi Farms users. So this whole...
Oh, shit. So is the implication here that Keffals was going after the easier target Kiwi Farms as a virtue signal while she was too terrified of the other? What if she's working with Website Zero, trying to get, you know, they're all like, oh, let's split the money, baby.
Whole campaign is built off of a lie. Website Zero...
What if Keffals is Website Zero? What if Keffals became trans... really created it and then went trans so that nobody could know who it was? We don't know. I'm just kidding, by the way. I love trans people. They're my favorite people, honestly.
Zero was too scary to go after, so she made it about the infamous troll site.
Right after thick white women, of course.
Like what? Is 4chan next? Hey, it's more marketable anyway.
All of us are here talking about like Website X. We're all talking about how bad it is, how it's like a secret,
Pokemon.
how we don't speak the name of it, but everyone knows it and everyone's worried about it. And it's like, it sounds like the perfect website for a campaign for them to get dropped by their fucking service provider. Like, this is what I'm saying.
I don't think the momentum is there for that, though. Like, with the Drop Kiwi Farms campaign, it was just really opportune timing. I had all this media attention on me, and journalists were, like, following every fucking thing I said and did.
Jesus Christ, why would you admit this?
And I didn't even know about the second website until they went after me.
Yeah, when you describe it as, like, a worse version of the same website, but whoa, please don't talk about it. That's crazy.
Well, it's different.
If it's still affecting us from websites like Twitter, I don't know what the point of going to every individual random website is to try to start a change.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think it would be effective.
Well, that's what you did. And it wasn't effective. Kiwi Farms is still up. And if she's deceiving her audience, her donors, and the media...
Not the the forums, the CWC forums. I know a little lore
about this. It makes me question her lawsuit a whole lot more. Objection! When I was covering her lawsuit 2 years ago, I was seriously questioning if she had any real plans with the money. It's now crystal clear to me that she didn't.
I think that she did. I think that her plans were lots of cocaine. No, I don't know.
Off with all the money over $20,000 would go to a lawsuit against the police for violating my rights
and build a legal fund to protect my rights.
And on Sorrenti's end, the story is not yet over. She's waiting for London Police Service to finish their investigation and told Global News she planned to sue.
She'd continue to encourage people to donate by saying legal fees are expensive and that she's consulting with 3 lawyers.
People have been really questioning, mostly bad faith people. I haven't seen a lot of people.
Bad faith. I fucking hate the term bad faith. It just annoys the shit out of me. Like, it's a good word. It's just that all the losers use it, like nerds, stinky little fucking. And actually, like, political people, like the nerdy ones,
do this in good faith. But I've had a lot of people questioning my GoFundMe fundraiser. People kept asking me why I'm raising the goal when it hits the goal. And the reason why is because
make that money, baby.
Yes, I'm using these funds to move. But more importantly, once I'm safe, the rest of those funds are going to be used.
No, website X is not Quickie. It's Kiwi Farms is from the Quickie. It used to be called Quickie Farms. Like, that's what it comes from, no? CWC Farm Kiwi, Quickie, kind of just turned into Kiwi. I'm pretty sure that's how, what do you talk about?
Used for legal expenses.
Then it became, well, I might sue the police. I'm not sure. They've been nice to me.
After it first happened, I was very mad at the police. And I wanted to hold their feet to the fire as much as possible. I wanted to even potentially pursue legal action against them. But they've taken the threat against my life very seriously.
How many people watch these streams, though? Because, like, that in and of itself is valid. Like, oh, but we're gonna good faith it. That's a very valid thing of like, oh, I got doxxed or whatever, and then initially I wanted to blame the police and I wanted to go after them really hard, blah blah blah. But I kind of sat on it and I realized like that was very emotional, which is a fair thing to feel if you just got doxxed and you feel threatened. But the problem I feel like is that you kind of rode this whole thing off of that for all this money, and it's like, if she was, are you effectively, my question really is like, did you effectively try to communicate to everybody that donated through the proper channels, which might have to be like an email update through GoFundMe, that, hey, I'm not going to sue the police. If you want to refund the money, be my guest. However, if you don't, I'll really appreciate it. And I'll use it to buy a new dildo or something. You know what I mean? That would have been the more responsible way to go. Because then if they're like, fuck it, I'll keep the money in there. They're like, okay, whatever. Doesn't really matter. But I feel like, who's the fuck seeing this? They're all under the impression that you're suing the police. It was probably a lot of, entitled socialist dad's money. Like their fucking rich dad's money, So I feel like you want to give that back or something, or at least let them know.
And I want to see justice.
The website Zero's Destiny subreddit. I doubt that. That's funny though.
Then becomes, I never said I was going to sue the police at all. I was being very careful with my language.
I keep raising it. The reason that I did that in the first place was because I wanted it to be $100,000 from the beginning, but I didn't know if I would get that money. So when it kept coming in,
what does that matter?
I just kept raising the cap until I got there. I never said that I was going to sue the police. I wanted to be very careful with the language that I used because...
Did she not explicitly say that? Did she only apply it?
I don't know exactly what the plan is.
Were you being intentionally misleading when you wrote that? Well, I didn't say. It's clearly the impression everyone got. The way she writes off people is hilarious.
They just keep shifting it further and further so they can just keep trying to raise as much money as possible.
Yes. Problem?
A few weeks
I'm down for getting that bag as long as people know what they're in for,
Later, Keffals would hire a private investigator to dox a Kiwi Farms user she thought doxed her and sends him photos of him and his parents. Except that's not him. So she just doxed a random guy. Keffals would claim that these are fake, but the guy proved it by linking it back to her Discord. But we don't even need that because Keffals bragged about doing it herself at...
I found out who the Kiwi Farms user was who doxed my mother and sent him a photo of him with his mother and addressed him by his name. Why would you do this? This is so weird. Listen, I don't think anybody deserves doxing, but if you dox people, you probably deserve doxing, right? That's the thing. You're going to get the end. I'm a little bit gay. I believe in a little bit of karma. I have, all my crystals aren't in my room anymore. I'm moving all my shit downstairs in my new office, but it would have really increased the impact of this bid that I was about to do, which is real. It's not like actually a bid, but I mean, if you're going out there and you're weaponizing doxing, like, you know what I mean? Like, why put that energy out there if you're so terrified of it? I don't know. I guess she'll justify, be like, oh, well, it's a Kiwi Farms person. I don't know. Seems a little bizarre.
3 a.m. before promptly deleting the tweet. When people would ask for a breakdown for how the money is being spent, she refused to elaborate, saying, "I will never do a GoFundMe breakdown for bad faith actors. Everyone who has donated has a refund button." Somebody asks, "Can you prove you were pushing litigation?" I have no intent.
Yeah, but like, are all those people aware that they can refund? Because they apparently donate to you under false presumptions.
Of knowing what it is or what you're pushing. Can you just give us some proof you were actually pursuing legal action? Keffals would reply, "Can you prove this tweet didn't ratio you?" He would ask again, "Can you show one piece of evidence you paid for a lawyer with the money donated towards your legal fund?"
The one piece?
She would respond with a Wojak. Showing a breakdown of the money donated for legal purposes should be something you want to do. It's so easy to prove. You just need receipts. It wouldn't be until a month later where Keffals would admit that she hasn't worked on the lawsuit.
Just like explaining all of the things that have happened that have made it hard for me to focus on getting to the point that I could even consider.
How come she's got the Ditto Pokemon? Do you think that resonates with her? Because for me, Snorlax resonates with me being fat. End joke.
Legal action.
She was busy with vacation, dude.
Now I'm going to be focusing more on the legal things because I'm settled down. I'm back in Canada.
But like, what would you need to focus on? Wouldn't the lawyer do all that? You just... No?
And I have time to work on this now.
At this point, she would say she can't name who she's suing because then it would give them time to burn all their evidence.
During the process of actually taking legal action, one of the first steps that you need to do is collect evidence. And if you announce prematurely who you are taking legal action against, it gives that party an opportunity to try and destroy as much evidence as possible.
I like a good party.
I'm not even going to publicly comment on the party either.
A few weeks later, she'd go on live stream, seemingly inebriated, saying she's depressed.
"Hello, Keffals. I'm a 3-month HRT trans girl. I'd just like to say you're my role model. Look."
Boo. I'm just kidding. Okay. It's weird that that's your role model. Are there any good trans role models out there? We got the Caitlyn Jenner. But I think they ran someone over. And they are an Olympic athlete, but they got that when they were still a guy, so I don't know if that counts. Blair White is kind of obnoxious. Bailey J. It's not a bad one. I don't know. Who's like a good? Who's like a solid trans role model? My role model is John Goodman. Specifically Dan Connor from Roseanne, okay? It's a great role model to have. What's a good trans character? Oh, Hunter Schafer from Euphoria? But that's not a good role model because she was fucking old men at 17. That's kind of, you know, it's kind of a bad play. Probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, I don't know, man. Elliot Page, that's not a bad one. Ellen, is it Elliot? It's Elliot now. Sorry, I got confused. Yeah, that's probably a good one. Solid actor. Solid actor. Sorry, it takes me a little while to adjust. Peter Griffin. Okay, we're getting closer, but in the opposite direction. How about Quagmire's dad? Mom. That's not a bad one.
I'm proud.
Whoopi Goldberg, Master Chief. Yeah, we're actually doing real good right now. We're doing real good, guys.
Out of you. But you should pick a better role model, like for instance, SpongeBob, because like SpongeBob's never done anything wrong, I don't think.
Incredible.
That's, yeah. Are you proud of, what the fuck is there to be proud of? Shut up.
True.
Shut up. Okay, fine, I'm super disappointed. Good.
Damn, you just crushed this person's dreams, man. That's fucked up.
Join the club. Step in the fucking line.
I call everybody man, by the way. Except for my mom, she'll hit me.
Her family would beg her to get off.
Could you grab me the mic arm? What?
I wouldn't really hear from Keffals for a while until she announced she was signing up for rehab. In the next few days, I'll be admitted to rehab. The doctor said because of the drugs I'm addicted to, without medical supervision, detoxing will kill me. This was in February, meaning this whole time she might have been addicted. When she got out of rehab, she held a Patreon-only stream saying,
"Hey, listen, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. You know, I think it's hard to see where the truth versus the lies are when it comes to her. But I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, this is it's almost kind of like a two-man. You know, we have a young person that's with mental health issues that gets a ton of money and like they're left to their own devices. You know, it's like, damn.
She was addicted to drugs since she talked to Keemstar. This is before she even determined who she was suing.
Around the end of 2022, I started drinking.
Pretty cool.
Which made me spiral.
Just kidding.
It was around the time that I was in fights with Keemstar.
Yeah, it makes the stream make a lot more sense.
And then as more and more shit started happening, I started doing cocaine at the start of 2023.
Damn.
8 days into a cocaine bender, I found out that the coke that I was doing was cut with meth.
Okay.
So for 8 days straight, I was doing coke and meth.
Wow. I drink Diet Coke and menthols. I mean, is that what it's called? Menthols? Mentos. And one time I had them both at the same time, and it really fucked me up. So I know how you feel, Keffals.
I had a friend come over to help me detox.
Crazy.
And I tried to just go back to my life like nothing ever happened. And I tried my best to make it so no one knew how bad things were.
Crazy.
I was like,
I wonder if like, because this is the thing, is like I wouldn't doubt that they got addicted to some kind of substance. I wonder how much of it's true. You know, I feel like the best lies have a level of truth to them, you know? So, like, what if she was doing a little coke, but she wasn't addicted and she just lied about it? Or what if it wasn't laced with heroin? Or what if, you know what I mean? Like, what if it wasn't as bad as it seemed? Or, and I normally wouldn't question as well. I mean, I guess I would, because this is like the whole, we always have these conversations when we do this, you know, if you're going to make a claim like this. But seeing the past character of Keffals, it doesn't seem like you can 100% trust everything that they say. So it's like, how much of this is genuine? And how much of this is like a sensationalized story? You know, how much of you is almost happy that you've had something bad happen to you, so that you're able to weaponize it, sensationalize it, and capitalize off of it. I don't know.
I really didn't want to let people down.
I should eat 5 bananas and choke a Sprite on stream. Dude, I fucking die. I have diabetes, dude. The doctor said that because of my diabetes, I have to go to rehab, and if I come off of 5 bananas a day too quickly, I could die. So you can't be saying this, dude. Sorry.
Especially because I know there's a lot of people in my audience that look up to me, and I don't want to let them down.
She talks about how an argument in a Twitter.
I wonder how much of this is genuine. I feel like there's probably some level. I wonder if she knows where it stops and starts. This is like one of those things. It's like, you know, when you get so, I don't know. Well, they're 29 years old. I can't even be like, oh, they're a young person that, you know, maybe was online. I don't know. You know, because I get it from like a young person. They've always been online. They got like, you know, they got a lot of fame from it being young, and their reality is warped a little bit. But she's, I think she's 29 or 30 right now. It's like, damn.
Twitter space made her want to off herself.
Going through coke withdrawal.
While
I was
terrible
in that Twitter space.
Crazy. Why go into Twitter? And
I was so irritable that I just had to pause for a second, and I started calling them retards.
Hey, you can't say that. That's fucked up. I remember she lied about having autism. Well, she said she did, but then later she didn't mention it anymore. I don't know. Anyway, and that's what justifies her to use that slur. But you know what? I think it's a bad word, guys. You shouldn't use that word, guys.
And that kicked off
use that word, guys.
So much shit. After the fallout from all of that and all of the drama, I decided, fuck it. I figured out how to get drugs on the dark net.
Whoa!
And
the black web.
I started making.
Is that like Madam Web? Thank you so much for the 13-month small gut. Blastio98. You think she's a narcissist, liar, or in too deep? I don't know. Narcissist is a weird, cringe word. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm a straight man. I don't use fucking words like that. I think that she's. I don't know. I think that she's. You know, probably needs to take a step back and get some good friends that actually can ground her in reality. And that's not blaming her problems on her friends, because she's still the primary bad person. You know, you're primarily responsible for yourself, but you got to surround yourself with better people that don't let you get away with, you know, acting obnoxiously.
Making a plan to kill myself. I started doing coke and meth and benzene.
I remember when I used to take pillows and put them over my face, and I would just like lay there and try to kill myself sometime. I don't want to be so explicit, but I remember I would just do that. I'd be like, what if it stops? You know, what happens? You know what I mean? Like, but I never could go through with it. You know, I probably wasn't the best pre-planned out. But, you know, we all struggle sometimes. I haven't had that in a while. My life's turning up. I have a beautiful, incredible, amazing wife, and I'm pretty lucky at my job. So I have a lot to live for, I feel like. So I don't do that anymore. But I feel like that's a normal occurrence. We've all kind of been there, buddies. You know what I mean?
And I was.
Don't do that, guys. All right, find the value in your life, okay?
Planning on ordering heroin from the dark net.
Oh my gosh, she was gonna order off fucking Amazon, dude. One day delivery.
I wouldn't wish drug addiction on my worst enemy, but I also wouldn't trust.
I would. I don't really like my worst enemy.
Trust them with $100,000. And if you think the money situation is confusing, wait until you see the actual lawsuit.
Oh shit.
On May 3rd, 2023, Keffals would finally present the official lawsuit going through the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario, and it would be against London Police Services. These are just papers, nothing's gone to trial yet. Congratulations to Keffals for actually getting something filed and settling on the police like her GoFundMe insinuated. I had my doubts. However, the lawsuit's claims and some of Keffals' goals don't make a whole lot of sense to me. Some of her complaints line up copy-paste from the GoFundMe. Like,
I mean, it seems kind of like she's only doing it so that people will stop bothering her about it.
At the time of arrest, LPS officers referred to Clara by her dead name, or the management system meant that some things were booked under her dead name, and that her property was labeled under it.
During the
Who cares? Why would that be a suable offense?
arrest, the police officer referred to me by my dead name. This is one
Dude, don't do that. Don't inhale your pillows tonight.
of the property bags returned to me after I was released from custody.
It's her old last name. Does that quantify as a hate crime? If a woman's arrested and referred to under her ex-husband's last name, is that really a violation of her human rights?
No, it's not.
The police defense is that it was a clerical error due to her having
Yeah, probably. The police are always doing dumb shit. You know, my doctor, the last 2 times I paid for my doctor visit, they keep fucking sending me bills, and I got to call them and be on the phone with them for fucking 10 minutes. And yeah, I'm not mad at them. You know, I'm just like, hey, I paid this, and I showed them proof. I showed them my bank statement. They're like, oh, okay, we're really sorry. It's like, it is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Now, I wasn't doxxed, but the doctor does shove their finger in my anus, so that's also violating, okay? Fortunately, I love it. But the bad part is I have a girl doctor, so it's not really as exciting.
Interactions with the police before she changed her name. The police chief also notes that they need to develop a mechanism to ensure accuracy and avoid hurtful or disrespectful interactions in the future. Ultimately, it's up to the court to determine if this is discrimination or not. LPS and LPS's record system failed to record that Miss Sorrenti was transgender and was at greater risk of a swatting as a result, despite being warned in March 2022. Keffals' brother warned the police that she was a swatting risk 5 months before the swatting incident.
In fact, my brother called London Police Services on March 27th in a conversation.
My birthday. Oh my god. They doxed her on my birthday. Thank you guys. I'm kidding. That doxing is terrible.
Lasting 9 minutes and 16 seconds to see if my family could be put on a no swatting list, only to be treated like we were wearing tinfoil hats and completely dismissed.
It is ridiculous that they didn't take her seriously despite her being such a large creator. This next one though, I'm convinced she just made it up. At the time of arrest, one of the officers pressed her hand against Miss Sorrenti's breast and said, yep, it's a she.
You know, I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that. That's wild. I feel like if that was true, that would have been a narrative from the start. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have held that back. Especially if they did it to me. I'd be like, I'm a fucking guy, dude. What the hell? That's me, though. Not, she's obviously Keffals' a girl. My point is, I don't believe that. She would have been saying that from the start. No fucking way.
What? She has never mentioned this before. Not in her Kickstarter, not in her initial video, not in any of her streams following it up. Maybe I'm missing something and someone can link.
But guys, I didn't want to tell them or they'd see it coming.
Me, because I find it impossible that she hasn't mentioned this before now. It also states that since Keffals was stressed from the swatting, she saw a 25% reduction in income, and the numbers are redacted. I
mean, she got fucking massive... What does that matter? The stress from the swatting wouldn't be the police's responsibility.
It's surprising because this is when she was at her most relevant.
Just keep in mind that if this lawsuit did or does go through, it's a wasting taxpayer money of this frivolous, dumb bullshit lawsuit.
I assume she just streamed less. Her case is demanding that LPS admit they discriminated against her, that they pay the damages to her dignity and self-respect of $75,000, have the LPS compensate her loss of income and special damages in the form of $50,000. She wants them to change her record management system and have LPS officers use body cams when interacting with trans members. And it's
just trans members?
True, the City of London did not have body cams when swatting her, but the City of London already had an initiative to get body cams on officers by the beginning of 2025. Not just for trans interactions, but all the time. She DM'd me in February saying, the cops have good lawyers. Of course they do. If I could get one thing from all this, it would be body cams. Since the police don't use them in my hometown, it's my word versus theirs. The next few sections is asking them to apply by human rights laws, and it ends with saying that if Keffals wins the case, the LPS needs to publish the verdict to the front page of their website. It's so petty, I love it. Now, there's a lot of questions relating to this complaint. When this was filed on April 10th, 2023, in response, LPS launched an investigation on themselves with the Special Investigation
they're going to investigate themselves. Of course they're going to be innocent.
Unit, saying this was the first time they ever heard of the alleged assault, and they determined that they found themselves innocent, but I haven't gotten the report yet, so take that however you want. Also, Keffals, in a now deleted tweet she posted in February 2024, the papers have been processed, but they are still awaiting dates to appear before the tribunal. I'm told this could take...
You know, if Keffals just never interacted with anybody in I guess the kind of commentary community, she wouldn't have had, none of this would have mattered. Like, she actively inserted herself into the conversation with people. And, you know, they're pushing her on things that nobody would have, necessarily pushed on at all. You could have just ignored everybody and it would have mattered. But now she keeps responding. She feels pressured to take it further, even though it was pretty clear from the start, at least in my opinion, that she wasn't really going to do anything. Why don't you just not fucking care, man? What the fuck? This is crazy.
Between a minimum of 2 years and at worst 6 years. She's claiming that the trial has not even started yet, which may be true, but she deleted it a minute later. I don't know how to take that. She's so not transparent, it's hard to tell when she's lying.
Yes, she is. She's a beautiful transparent.
And when she's telling the truth, it makes the research process for this so painful. I tried reaching out to her in DMs, sending 2 messages. She then proceeded to block me and called me a stalker for signing up for a Patreon to do research, even though she's done this exact same thing. She's making it seem like reaching out before making a video is a bad thing. It's not. I have a lot more to say about Keffals when it comes to the promotion of her DIY hormones for minors.
Oh shit, are we getting the are we doing another video, Williard?
Self-destructive cycle, the Catboy Ranch Discord, and the Human Rights Tribunal case. But I need more time to confirm that information. So subscribe to the channel. I want to shout out Doomer Media, who did a lot of the legwork in the research and script department.
Doomer Media.
Honestly, I feel like we both hurt ourselves. And shout out to the homies over on Patreon, Phoebes, Crimson Glass.
You know the deal, guys. Once we hit our Papa Gut, we blow the computer up.
Papa Gut, 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 Papa Gut.
Incredible stuff.